Hey guys, I'm back. I literally just shot another video and I'm back with another one. Hey. Hey guys, welcome back to the Travel Vibes. So in this video, as I promised from my last video, I'm going to be talking about things we can do in this time of social distancing so we don't drive ourselves crazy, but have a break in our routine, have diversity in our routine, do different things, and while away the time. But yeah, I think so also, pardon me, the light is going, like natural light is quickly disappearing, so I'm going to have to do this really quickly, but I hope it's still as informative as I always intend to be. But yeah, I think these are very interesting times, and I don't want to dismiss how difficult these times are for people in terms of like just jobs and economic livelihood and all these things. So my sympathy, my just prayers for you that God will make a way. God will make a way. I really believe that, and I'm not just saying it because I feel like it's the nice platitude to say, but I really believe that. And which is kind of leading to my first point, that in this time when most of us are at home, or we have more time on our hands than we usually have had in the past, that we just take some time to really get into his face. I know there have been a lot of our excuse is that we don't have enough time, or we have to get to work, or we are swamped with all of these different things. But now the world is almost basically shutting down in a lot of different places, and so we have more time on our hands than we ever had. So why don't we take this time to just really pause and see God's face and renew our relationship with him? For some of us, we need to do that. For others, we need to even get to know him. I mean, this is a great opportunity. Let's not take it for granted to just spend time in God's presence and open up our hearts to him, get to know him on a new level. Like, we have all the time in the world. Spend more time than you have in the past in God's presence, getting to know him, getting to know his heart, catching vision. That even transitions me to my next point. This is a good time for people to just sit down and really think, what do I really want to do with my life? Evaluate yourselves. Look at what you want out of this life. What will fulfill you? What will make you live an impactful life? And even outside of that, what do you really want to do with yourself? I know 2020 was a year of perfect vision, of things falling into place and all that, but maybe this is what we needed to take a step back from all the craziness and the going, the rat race, and have time to be introspective. Have time to take the noise out and just like focus. What do you really want to do? What do you really want to accomplish? What do you want to see accomplished with your life and in your life? This is, in spite of all the uncertainty, I think this is a good time for people to just write down the vision, write it down, like outline it. Write down points. What do you want to see? Just write it down. Maybe not even start working towards anything, but just write it down. Because what else would you do? What else are you doing right now? You're not doing anything. Write it down. Yeah? And yeah, just even take stock of your life. Over the past years, what have been your patterns? What have been your weaknesses? What have been your strengths? What have you seen over and over again? What have you always had at the back of your mind that you wanted to change? Like, take stock of your life and start taking steps to change those things, because you have time, guys. You have time. So I think whilst we didn't expect this, we didn't hope for this, we would have wanted things to play out differently. This is what the situation is, and with all the time that we have on our hands, let's take the time to not run away from ourselves. Like, come face to face with yourself, evaluate our lives. Sometimes it's really scary and it's such hard work. It's so like this is just taking too much out of me, but I promise you that if you just take a little time to do that introspective work, that what's going to come out of it is going to be way more than you have ever expected. So yeah, take that time to really get to know yourself. Like, who am I and what do I really want in this life? All of that good stuff. Yeah. And yeah, also, for those of us who have always said, like, I didn't have time to do this, I didn't have time to do that, I'm like, I have all of these things on my plate, I'm running, I'm around, I'm doing all of these things. Now you have the time to do it. So do all the things that you've always wanted to do but haven't had the time to do. For example, I needed to adjust my jeans because black girls, we have problems with jeans. If y'all know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. So I've needed to adjust my jeans for the longest time, but I just haven't had the time. But guess what? Coronavirus. So I'm at home and I've like basically become a seamstress, worked on all my jeans. Not just that, done a couple of things that I had on my agenda that I just always said I didn't have time to do. So you guys out there, it might not be as maybe trivial as some of the things that I've had to do, but do the stuff that you've always wanted to do but just never had the time to do. Yeah. Also, reach out to people, guys. Reach out to people. If you're like me, you're not very good at communicating and like talking to people and reaching out to people, but this is the time. There's nothing else to do. Call people, check in on them, reach out to them, find out how they're doing, their mental health, all those things. Just reach out to people, because all jokes aside, whilst being at home can really drive people crazy. So check in on people, check in on your friends, check in on your family members, like see how they're doing and all of that. You might as well, there's nothing else to do, right? Oh yes, also rest. Rest, people, rest. I feel like we take rest for granted, and although we're being forced to kind of rest because we're at home, I think it's essential. Physical rest, also spiritual rest, mental rest. Just stopping and pausing and just saying, okay, I just need to stop and take a breather. Breathe. Like, everybody just breathe right now. Take a deep breath. Let it out. How much better do you feel? Just rest. Take a pause, sleep some more, don't binge watch Netflix into the night, like sleep. Spiritual rest, commune with yourself, commune with God, spend time with God, as I've already said, and just take a breather from your craziness and the mental going after this, doing this, all of that, like all the crazy things that we, go on in our minds. Just breathe, just take a pause and rest. This is the opportunity to do that. Why not just take advantage of it, right? And also, like, practice gratitude. Just take some time to be grateful. Write down the things you're grateful for. Look back on all the good things that God has done for you. In addition to that, you've been kept safe, your health, your mental health, your well-being, all of that. Just be grateful. There's so much to be grateful for. Once you take the step back and sit down and just think about all the things to be grateful for, you'll be shocked. The thing about gratitude is that it gives you perspective. That perspective shift might do you so much good to be able to go through the next couple of days, weeks, whatever, even if it takes months. So just practice gratitude. I think that is such a good spiritual posture to take, just for your own spiritual well-being, mental well-being, physical well-being. You'll be shocked at how much gratitude is able to change in our lives. Yeah. And laugh, guys. Laugh. The internet is thank God for the internet at this time. And I mean the positive side of the internet. I have been having a blast. It's just, there's so much to laugh about. There's so many challenges to do. Have fun, let your hair down, just play. Because how many times in the past have you had time to play? Because we're all in this rat race, going at life, trying to get all of these things, trying to secure our futures, all that good stuff. But now that we've been forced to take a break, why don't you play? Play, have fun, laugh, do challenges, just be happy. Force yourself to be happy. Look for things to be happy about. Look for things to laugh about. Take advantage of the resources that you have. Call your friends, laugh, just have a good time, play. Okay, so I probably haven't mentioned a whole lot of things that people are doing in this time of social distancing. So if you have any ideas or what you've been doing during this time, share. Please comment, private DM me, whatever you want to do. But I think that it'll just be good to like share your tips. So yeah, there are some hard times ahead, but there are also some good times ahead. So let's be positive in this season. We'll make it through. We'll make it through, and we'll have a lot of stories to tell our children in the future. That's all I know. Comment, share, like, subscribe, do all the good stuff. And oh yeah, to all my new subbies, I so appreciate you guys. Thank you for subscribing. Let your friends know to subscribe, and let's keep growing. Oh, I hit 300 subscribers, guys. Like, what? I'm so excited. I'll catch you in my next video. Hopefully I can keep these videos coming, guys. I have no excuse, right? Okay, love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.